A few weeks ago, a solo traveler named Peyton arrived at Denver International Airport around 11 p.m. for a red-eye flight. The terminal was almost empty. She sat near the gate, put one AirPod in, and started scrolling on her phone while waiting for her boarding call. Within minutes, a stranger walked up, stood directly in front of her, asked where she was traveling, then lit a cigar inside the airport. She got away. But what happened in those few minutes is exactly how it starts. Thieves at airports don't pick targets the way you'd think. They don't choose by age or by what someone is wearing. They choose by one specific thing, whether or not a person is alone. And most solo seniors are quietly broadcasting that information across the terminal without ever realizing it. If you usually travel solo, this video is for you. Don't skip it. And if you usually travel with a spouse, a friend, or a family member, please stay with me too, because you might be the one to save someone you love from making one of these mistakes on their next trip. By the end of this video, you'll know the 7 airport mistakes that tell thieves you're traveling alone. Number 1 is the one almost every solo senior has done at least once, and it's the one that opens the door to everything else. Let's start at number 7. Number 7, the empty seat beside you at the gate. The 7th mistake happens at the gate, in the most ordinary moment of the entire trip. A senior traveler sits down on one of those long rows of connected chairs near their boarding area. They place their carry-on at their feet, set their water bottle on the seat beside them, and start watching the screens. The seat next to them is empty. The seat across is empty. No coats, no second bag, no second cup. To anyone scanning the gate area, the setup is broadcasting one word, loud and clear: solo. Airport thieves who work gate areas don't watch faces. They don't watch wallets. They watch chairs. A second occupied seat, even with just a jacket draped over it or a half-empty water bottle on it, suggests someone stepped away for a moment and will be back. That single visual is enough to make a thief move on to an easier target. An empty second seat tells them the opposite. No witness, no second pair of eyes, no interruption coming. The fix is small but powerful, and it costs you nothing. Drape a jacket, a scarf, or even a magazine over the chair next to you the moment you sit down, whether you're using it or not. Set a second cup beside your own if you've got one. The illusion of company removes you from a thief's shortlist instantly. That's the moment you sit down. But the next mistake happens during one of the most dangerous 15 minutes of any senior's airport experience. Number 6, the phone plugged into a charging station. The 6th mistake happens at the airport charging station. A senior arrives at the gate with their phone down to 12% battery. They find one of those tall charging poles between gates, plug in, and sit a few feet away because the cord won't reach the nearest chair. Their phone is now physically separated from them, sitting in plain view of every passenger walking by. The senior settles into their seat, opens a book or magazine, and stops paying attention. That single shift in attention is exactly what the thief was waiting for. Airport security experts now identify charging stations as one of the top 3 theft zones in any terminal. The math is simple. The device costs $600 to $1,000. The owner is distracted. The cord makes it impossible to chase. Anyone watching for 30 seconds can confirm the senior is sitting alone. The grab takes 3 seconds, and the thief is gone before the senior even looks up from the page. The fix is to carry a small portable power bank in your carry-on. They cost about $20, fit in a coat pocket, and let you charge your phone while it stays on your lap the entire time. Never plug your phone into a public station unless you can sit directly underneath it with the cord across your leg. That handles your phone. But the next mistake is one almost every senior has made, and it's the one airport thieves love most. Number 5, the bag watched by a friendly stranger. The 5th mistake happens when a senior traveler needs to use the airport restroom. They look at their carry-on, look at the line for the bathroom, and feel that small panic of not wanting to drag the bag inside with them, especially in a busy terminal where the stall doors barely close. So they turn to the friendliest-looking person sitting in the nearest chair and ask the most natural question in the world. Would you mind watching my bag for just a minute? In that single sentence, 3 different things just happened, and not one of them was good. The senior confirmed out loud that they're traveling alone. They placed their entire trip, passport, medication, electronics, wallet, into the hands of a complete stranger they hadn't even spoken to a minute earlier, and they gave that stranger a perfect 3 to 5 minute window to disappear into a crowd of 50,000 people moving in every direction. Airport thieves who specifically work this scam look for older travelers near restrooms because the pattern is predictable. The fix is the hardest one to accept, but it's also the most important. Never ask a stranger to watch your bag at an airport. If you must use the restroom, take the bag with you. Every accessible stall in every American airport is built large enough to fit one carry-on. If you absolutely cannot, walk back to the gate desk and ask the airline employee working there. They have a badge, a name, and nowhere to go. Quick pause. If this is helping you, take a second and hit the like button. It helps more older travelers find this video. The next 3 mistakes are the ones experienced solo travelers say protect them more than anything else. Stay with me. Number 4. The boarding pass on the table. The 4th mistake happens at the airport food court or coffee shop. A senior traveler sits down with their breakfast and places their boarding pass next to their tray, face up, the way most people do without thinking. To them, it's just a piece of paper they need to scan at the gate in an hour. To anyone walking past their table, it's a complete biography of the next 12 hours of their life. The full name printed across the top, the destination city in bold letters, the exact flight number, the gate, the boarding time, the seat assignment, sometimes even the frequent flyer number, everything someone would need to know exactly where the senior is going, exactly when they'll arrive, and exactly how long they'll be away from their hotel. Airport thieves who work food courts specifically scan tables for face-up boarding passes because the document tells them more than any wallet could. A pickpocket can steal a wallet, but a single glance at a boarding pass tells them an entire itinerary. The fix is simple. Flip the boarding pass face down the moment you sit down, or slide it inside the back cover of a book, a folded newspaper, or your passport holder. If you're using a mobile boarding pass, turn the phone face down when you're not actively using it. That's the document on your table. The next mistake is one that almost every senior makes the moment they have a problem. Number 3. The phone call about your canceled flight. The 3rd mistake happens during a flight delay, a gate change, or a full cancellation, the moments when seniors are most stressed, most tired, and least likely to notice who's listening. A senior pulls out their phone, calls a family member, and explains the situation out loud while sitting in the gate area. My flight got canceled. The airline is putting me up at a hotel near the airport tonight. I'll be at the Holiday Inn off exit 12. I won't get in until tomorrow morning. Every word of that call is being heard by every passenger within 5 feet, and possibly more if the senior is speaking up because they're upset or because the gate area is loud. And to anyone listening for these signals, and there are always 1 or 2 people in any busy gate area doing exactly that, the senior just gave away 4 things at once. The hotel name, the exact schedule, the fact that they're alone with no one waiting at the hotel, and the fact that they're stressed and tired enough not to notice if someone followed them out of the airport. Hotel-based crimes against older travelers often start at the airport, not at the hotel. The fix is to step away from the crowd before you make these calls. Find a quieter corner, lower your voice, and keep the hotel name out of the conversation entirely. Send the details to your family by text instead. A text reveals nothing to anyone but the person reading it. That handles your voice. The next mistake is one of the hardest to fix because it goes against everything older travelers were taught about being polite. Number 2. The helpful stranger at the kiosk. The second mistake happens at the airport check-in kiosk, and it's one of the cleverest scams operating in American airports right now. A senior traveler is trying to print their boarding pass. The screen freezes. The buttons feel small. The instructions go too fast. The senior glances over their shoulder, sees the line forming behind them, and starts to feel rushed. That moment of rising stress is exactly when the scammer chooses to walk up. Need a hand? I fly all the time. I can show you how it works. The senior, relieved that someone friendly is offering to help, says yes. The stranger leans in, taps a few buttons, glances at the screen, finishes the check-in, and walks away with a friendly wave. The senior thanks them and walks towards security feeling grateful. What they don't realize is that during those few seconds at the screen, the stranger just saw the senior's full name, their confirmation number, their destination, their seat, their flight number, and, depending on the airline, even their frequent flyer status or the last 4 digits of the credit card on file. That data is worth more than any wallet because it lets the scammer attempt fraudulent rebookings or contact the senior later pretending to be from the airline. The fix is to politely decline, no matter how friendly the offer feels. Tell the stranger, thank you, and say you've got it, even if you don't. If you genuinely need help, walk to the airline counter, where the person assisting you is wearing a uniform, has a name badge, and stays in one place. Real help inside an airport is always wearing a uniform. That's the second to last one. The first mistake is the one that ties every single thing on this list together, and it's the one almost no senior has ever been warned about. Number 1. The honest answer at the airport bar. The first mistake is the worst, and it happens constantly in airport bars, cafes, and lounges across America. A senior strikes up a conversation with someone in the next seat while waiting for their flight. The conversation is friendly. The stranger seems pleasant. They talk about weather, about delays, about the city they're going to. Then the stranger asks the most natural question in the world. Are you flying out to see family? And the senior, being honest, being polite, being themselves, answers, no, just me this trip, visiting some old friends. In that one sentence, every protection a solo senior had built up across the entire airport just vanished. The gate is no longer protected. The destination is no longer protected. The carry-on, the wallet, the medication, the credit cards, even the hotel they're heading to, none of it is protected anymore. Because the strongest shield a solo senior has inside an airport isn't a TSA lock or a money belt, it's the appearance of company. The belief in someone else's mind that another person is connected to you and might be watching. That appearance was just given away in one honest sentence over a glass of wine at the airport bar. According to the National Council on Aging, fraudsters specifically target older travelers who confirm they're alone because the entire scam playbook depends on having no witness nearby. Seasoned solo travelers have a different answer to that question, and it's the same answer every time. My husband is meeting me at the gate, or my friend is grabbing coffee, or my nephew lands an hour after me. It doesn't matter if it's true. What matters is that the stranger now believes a witness is incoming. That single belief is enough to make almost any planned scam fall apart before it starts. The seniors who never use this line are the ones who keep losing money to strangers who looked friendly. The seniors who use it instinctively are the ones who travel alone for decades without a single incident. Now I'm curious. Which one of these airport mistakes have you made before without realizing what it was telling the people around you? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to know. And if you want your next trip to feel smoother, calmer, and more in control, make sure you subscribe, because stress at the airport doesn't come from travel. It comes from not knowing what's really happening.